so excited to be coming to y'all today. Today, I'm going to talk to you about 3 signs that you know that God is pushing you into your purpose, okay? 3 signs that God is pushing you into purpose. So if you're new to this channel, I want you to make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell so you can get your notifications every time I upload a new video to the channel. And I upload every single day to my channel, beloveds, okay? So I want you to subscribe. I want you to turn on notifications so you don't miss not one word from God. So you've been trying to figure out if it's time for you to walk into your purpose. You know that what you've been doing is not working for you no more. You're not quite sure what you're looking for, but you know that what you've been doing is just not working for you anymore. So I want to tell you that everything that God made, he gave it a gift and he gave it a purpose. Some people are multi-gifted. Some people have all kind of gifts, but you got at least one. Okay, I don't want you to be saying, well, I'm not gifted, I don't know what I can do. You got at least one gift. God is a God of purpose, and everything that he makes, he gives it a purpose. Even the colors of the flowers have a purpose. So surely the Lord has given you a purpose. Now, purpose is just simply the reason why you here. It's the reason why you showed up, okay? And I say all the time that if you want to know your purpose, you got to go back to the manufacturer. You got to go back to the person that put you together, that created you. And that person is God, okay? So I want to tell you that nobody can give you a purpose. Nobody can give you a gift. They can give you a prophecy and they can stir up a gift that's on the inside of you. But everything that you came here with, it's just that you came here with it and it came from God. Nobody can give you your purpose. Nobody can give you your gift. So first and foremost, I want to tell you that if you're trying to figure out if this is your season of purpose, you got to first go to the manufacturer. You got to go to the got to go back to the source, go back to God, okay? Because God is the one that can give you your purpose. He is the only one that can reveal it completely and fully to you. But today I'm going to give you 3 signs to know that you are about to come into your season of purpose, okay? So the first sign is just things that you used to be comfortable with, you just not comfortable with them no more. You just not comfortable with them no more. You know what I'm saying? Like people that you used to sit amongst, places that you used to go, you know, things that you just used to be so comfy and cozy with these things. Now all of a sudden it's like they get on your nerves. They get on your nerves. And like the people that you used to could talk to for hours, y'all no longer have anything in common. You don't have nothing in common with these folks no more. When you talk, it's like, no hablo inglés. They don't understand what you're talking about. You like, what's wrong? Like, is this something wrong with me? Like, you know, we just don't connect anymore. And I want you to know, beloved, that it is nothing wrong with you. It ain't even nothing wrong with them. I'm telling y'all ever heard of the analogy about the boosters on the rocket? That's literally how these people are in your life. God put people in your life for a season, okay? Some of them come for a reason, and some of them come for just to be just to serve a season in your life. And I heard Madill say this: you can't mix these seasonal folks up with permanent people. That's what we mess up when we go wrong, because we start taking these seasonal folks and we want to turn them into the permanent folks. But you got to understand, when they came in your life just for a reason, some people come into your life just to give you an ideal. God uses them. They come into your life just to speak something into your life. Or they come into your life just to give you something, or to give you some inspiration, or just whatever it was that they came to give you. And then after they have given that to you, it's time for them to go. But see, we mess up when we try to take these seasonal folks and we want to turn them into these permanent folks. So understand that when it's time for you to move into your season of purpose, that people are going to have to start dropping off from your life. Best friends, people that you grew up with, people that you went to daycare with, people that you was raised from diapers with. You're going to have to separate yourself from these people. And you'll know that it's time, because y'all will no longer click in the way that y'all used to click. Y'all won't be able to just link and connect on the same level that y'all used to connect on, because God is trying to take you to another level. And so you can't drag these people along with you. So you got to know when to cut it. You got to know when it's dead. You got to know when it's over. And you just have to know that if you're no longer comfortable with these people, if you're no longer comfortable with these places, these situations, these things, because for each one of you, it's going to be something different. So if you're no longer comfortable with that, you got to understand that God is trying to tell you that he's trying to urge you. He's trying to pull you into your purpose. It's time for you to walk into your season of purpose. Don't keep trying to revive a friendship that's dead. Don't keep trying to bring to life a relationship that's dead. If it's no longer working for you, if it's just not serving you anymore, you're not connecting with them on that level no more, understand that God is pulling you into purpose, okay? The second reason is trouble on every hand. Do you hear me? I love to talk about the eagle. Those of you that know me, y'all know I love the eagle. And I love the way Mama Eagle trains the baby eaglets how to fly. When they're in that nest, they are so comfortable. She got it all cushiony for them. She got the feathers in there. She got everything. They all nice and comfortable. But when it comes time for them to learn how to fly, she'll begin to remove the feathers, remove the cushion from that nest, and she will start to pack that nest full of sticks. She will start to, and eventually the eagles, the baby eaglets, they go to moving and squirming, and ooh, that nest is just so uncomfortable. They just can't take it no more. Them sticks, it drives them out of the nest. She don't say nothing. She sit right there. And when they get so uncomfortable, they move up out of there. And when they get up out of there, she take them on out there and teach them how to fly. And that's just the way that God does with us. He ain't going to say nothing. He ain't going to mess with you. He ain't going to bother you. But what's going to start to happen is when it's time for you to come into your purpose, when it's time for you to fly, just like that baby eaglet, what God does is he'll send a storm into your life. Yeah, he'll send trials and tribulations. He'll allow these things. He'll move his hand sometime. Just as he did with Job. He'll remove his hand sometime, and he'll let the adversary come in and let the adversary start to have his way with you. Because God said, I'm trying to get you to come into purpose, but you ignoring the things of God. Some of you, God been speaking to you for a long time. He been calling you into your purpose. He done revealed your purpose to you. You know what you're supposed to be doing, but you feel like you don't want to do that because you ain't going to make no money doing that, or you don't want to talk about that because don't nobody want to hear that. But you know that that's what God has purposed you to do, and you keep doing it as a side gig or just a little side hobby, but the Lord is calling you into that full time. The Lord is calling you into your purpose, and I'm giving you these signs to let y'all know. You know what? I'm going to go so far to say 4 signs. I'm going to change it. It ain't 3. The Lord said it's 4. Okay? So the second sign is the trials and the tribulations start appearing from everywhere. They literally start coming from everywhere. And even within the people that's close to you. Yeah, your family members will start acting up. They'll start saying stuff. You be like, you talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Your friends, your children, everybody close to you, your co-workers, your supervisor. You know what I'm saying? These people that are over you, these people that are close to you. Because see, it turns into like a complete shaking. It's a shaking. And what's happening is God just pushed you out of your comfort zone. He's trying to, I'm going to tell y'all, when God starts speaking to you, it's a quiet, still voice at first. And it keep coming back to you within your spirit. It keep coming back to you. And every time you push it off, God say, okay, I got to send something else. I got to send something else. Because the Bible says many are the plans in a person's heart, but the Lord's purpose shall prevail. The Lord's purpose for that person shall prevail. So you got to understand that God has a purpose for your life. You're not just here just to be here. You're not just here just to take up space. You're not just here just to look cute or to look handsome or, to do whatever it was that's on your agenda to do. But you are here to serve a purpose of God for your life. And God will allow these trials and these tribulations to come upon you. You'll start experiencing the storm. You'll start experiencing things. Listen to what the Bible says. The Bible says, beloved, beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. When these things start happening, it's going to appear to be like something strange. It's going to be like this strange series of events just coming together all of a sudden, one thing after the other. You know how you be like, oh my goodness, if it's not one thing, it's another thing. Like, where's all this stuff coming from? It literally, like, when you wake up in the morning, your phone is already ringing before you even get out the bed. People calling you with bad news. It's one thing after the other. I hear the Spirit of the Lord say, that's because I'm pulling you into your purpose, beloved. The third reason, the third sign of how you know that God is pushing you into purpose, Your relationships and your friendships are disrupted. Yeah. Your relationships, your friendships, even business partnerships. If that ain't the purpose of God for your life, God gonna start disrupting that stuff. He gonna start disrupting it. Do you hear me? So the person that you're in a relationship with, they may break up with you, or you may break up with them. You know, y'all thought y'all were gonna be together forever. You thought y'all were gonna get engaged and y'all were gonna live happily ever after. And it turns out this person breaks up with you out of nowhere, or something happened and you know what I'm saying, you end up breaking up with them. That's a relationship that's being disrupted so the Lord can push you into your purpose, because he knows that that person that you was in a relationship with was not appealing to your purpose. You were not going to be able to fulfill your purpose by being in a relationship with that person. So the Lord disrupted it. Understand this. Sometimes it's even your wife or your husband. Sometimes you may be married to a person that's not a part of your purpose. And like I said, going back to that scripture, the Lord's purpose shall prevail. If that's not if that's not the person that God has for in your purpose, in your destiny, yeah, a lot of times he'll disrupt that. He'll call you, so you may end up filing for a divorce. They may end up filing for a divorce. When you married them, you ain't planning on divorcing, but hey, that's how it ended up falling. That's how the chips ended up falling, and y'all ended up getting a divorce. Sometimes that will happen when the Lord is pushing you into your purpose. Somebody lies on you. Somebody can lie on you. This is all falling up under this third reason. These relationships and these friendships are being disrupted. A person that you've been friends with for a long time, they do something to you that is so horrific, that is just so painful. They betray you in a way that you just would have never thought that they would do you like that. That is a sign that God is pushing you into your purpose, because that person could no longer go into your next season with you. They can no longer go into that next level that God was trying to take you into. So God had to expose them. Because guess what, beloved? If they lied on you, they ain't just started lying. They been lying. You just couldn't see them. Come on now. You just couldn't see what they were doing. But God allowed them to get tripped up in their lie. He allowed them to be exposed because God knew that you needed to get rid of them folks in order to move into your purpose. So understand that if you're experiencing a disruption in your relationships, in your friendships, understand that God is pushing you into your purpose. You may have a business partner that betray you, that steal from you, that lie on you. You know, they did you wrong in a business deal. That's a clear-cut sign that God got greater for you, that God is pushing you into your purpose. So understand the sign and don't have no animosity or no hatred in your heart towards these people, but just keep it moving right on along. And know that it's just time for me to get into my purpose. These people, there was no longer any more room in my life for these people. That's what you got to say. That's the attitude and that's the mentality that you got to have about it. And the last sign, the fourth sign, y'all remember I changed it from 3 to 4. The fourth sign is you could possibly lose a loved one. You could possibly lose a loved one or somebody that was close to you. You know, a friend or a family member, you could lose a loved one. Now, I say this in all regard and in all respect to everybody that has ever lost somebody, but I want you to understand and I want you to know that anytime the Lord puts us through pain, that there is always a purpose that's connected to that pain. And if you've lost a loved one, somebody that was close to you, somebody that, you know, it was just a shock, it was devastating to you, I want to let you know and I want you to understand that that was a way, that was a sign that God was pushing you into your purpose. You will discover your greatest purpose through your greatest pain. Your greatest pain produces your purpose. That unbearable pain, that pain that you cannot stand, that pain that drives you up the wall, that pain that makes you feel like you're about to lose your mind and you just cannot take it and it's about to kill you. That is the pain that's going to produce your purpose. That is the pain that is going to ignite a fire in you. That is that pain that's going to wake up every gift that God placed on the inside of you. That is the pain that you're going to create from. That is the pain that you're going to be, that greatness is going to come from. So if you've ever lost a loved one or you ever lost somebody close to you, I want you to understand that that greatest tragedy will produce the greatest purpose. The Lord has purpose for that. He never just puts us through stuff just to be mean or just to be hateful or just because. But if the Lord is putting you through that, He's putting you through that because He's using it to push you into your purpose. He's pushing you into your purpose. That person left here and they transition. They transition because God possibly knew. Who knows? Only God knows the true reason. But only God knows the reason why he chose to pick that flower from the garden. But you got to understand that maybe it could have been that if that person was here, you would have never gotten into your purpose. You would have never found yourself. You would have never found yourself in God. You would have never cried out to God the way you did. You would have never searched for God the way you did and found him and found yourself and then eventually found your purpose. So understand that all of these signs, now you may have been experienced only one of them. You may have experienced all of them, but you could fall anywhere on the scope with this. Whoever you are, I want you to understand that God is pushing you into your purpose. If he ain't doing it now, he's eventually going to do it. Now, that does not mean that you're going to lose a loved one. That does not mean that you're going to have, somebody's going to betray you. You don't know that. You don't know that. And you should not live your life in fear of that. I made this video to let you know that a life without a purpose is no life at all. We think that the greatest tragedy, Dr. Miles Monroe said this, we think that the greatest tragedy is death. Death is not the worst thing that can happen to you. The greatest tragedy is life without a purpose. To be living, to be breathing, to be taking in oxygen, for blood to be pumping through your veins, for your heart to be thumping in your chest, and you not know why. You don't even know why. That is the tragedy. So I hope this video stirs up something in you, and it causes you and it pushes you into your purpose. I love you all so much. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I'll be checking in with y'all for more videos like this. If you're not following me on Facebook, make sure you follow me, Latoya Okeia, on Facebook. I'm also live all of the time through my Facebook channel. Follow me on Instagram at Latoya_Okeia. Follow me on Twitter at Latoya Okeia. And I also want you guys to go to my website, LatoyaOkeiaMinistries.com. I am a professional life coach, and you can book a one-on-one session with me. If you're wondering if this is your season of purpose, you're trying to figure out if God is pushing you into purpose, what is your purpose, what are your gifts, book a session with me, y'all. Sow that seed and invest into your life, and I promise you, you won't regret it. So book that session with me. Purchase your books, Beast Mode. I'm also an author, so you can get your books on the website as well. Just by clicking that link right down there in the description, you can book your session today and be on your way to purpose, be on your way to destiny. Don't go through all of these things for nothing, y'all. Don't go through all of these signs, all these trials, tribulations, suffer all these losses, and still die without walking into your purpose. I want you to live a life full of purpose, okay? Because that's the only life that's worth living. So book your session today. Click that link that's right down there in the description box and book your session. So if you listen to my podcast, y'all know what I tell y'all all the time. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. With God, all things are possible. I will check in with y'all next time. Y'all be blessed.